Alright, I just finished talking for like 2.5 minutes before I realized that the microphone wasn't directly next to my mouth. It was like bent back up towards my head. So I'm just gonna start fresh because, the audio that I was from my previous recording is probably not good. So here we go. I'm going on this another week, another walk, another talk, and it's I've been pretty consistent, not too bad. Not that I'm fucking um, aiming for consistency, but I just think it's interesting that for the past like 4 weeks I've been able to even just do something. Like upload. I haven't. This is the most consistent I've ever been on my YouTube channel, probably ever. So, yay me and congrats. And so let's get into topics. I wanted to talk about Saifedean and Saifedean Ammous, not to be confused with Balki Bartakamus. Don't be ridiculous. Um, Saifedean Ammous, he's got 3 books out. I haven't read them. I don't know if they're worth reading. I don't know if they're if they're not worth reading. I don't know. Oh, the companies that he's sponsored by, I don't know. I don't know them. I mean, they're probably, I mean, maybe they're good, maybe they're not. I don't know. So I'm not trying to fucking tell people not to fucks with Saifedean. I'm not telling people that I don't know. I have very little experience with the fella. Um, just vague things that I've seen over the over the years. And from what I could gather, he's a fucking stand-up fella. He's got, what? He parts his hair. He's good to go, bro. He's got a suit. He's clean shaved. He's got a wife. He's got kids. Look at him. He's the guy. He's the fucking wear a sports jacket and shave your beard and comb your hair to the side. And he's a professional. He's very professional. Look at him. He's got his books and you know, great, great. Um, so I'm not trying to say not to fucking spend money on Saifedean. So if anybody wants to do that, please do. But I gotta talk my shit because um, I don't have a Twitter account. I've never had a Twitter account. I'm not somebody who was like banned from Twitter or whatever, shadow banned, and now I'm like mad at Twitter because they fucking screwed me over or anything. I never had a Twitter account. Um, about the time, I don't know, there was like a moment in history, like a certain year. I forgot. I don't know exactly what year it was, but um, Facebook and Twitter were like about at equal popularity. It felt like, but Facebook was increasingly becoming like greasier and greasier from my point of view. Like I just was like, this is just. I didn't even really want a Facebook account to begin with, but I made one anyway. Uh, like I don't know to socialize. I was like, okay, everybody seems to be getting a fucking Facebook account now. Um, so keep up with the Joneses or something to keep track of what's going on. I guess my mind was saying it would be a good idea to have a Facebook account for. So, but before Twitter really hit fucking super popularity, I had already canceled my Facebook. I already fucking closed that account and was like, this is retarded. Um, and they're both centralized. It's both centralized shitcoins. It's all the same recipe. I could go on a huge long rant about how the internet isn't like people don't know in general. People don't know what the internet is. Like people have this watered down, regulated, heavily regulated, controlled version of the internet. But they don't have the internet in a world where the Pirate Bay guys could, there was no one to arrest them. The the Silk Road, what's that guy's name? Ross Albright or something? The Silk Road guy never got regulated down and thrown in prison. They don't know a world where Kazaa and fucking Napster or whatever those programs, like whatever those torrenting, like all this peer-to-peer torrenting stuff started bubbling up like shortly after the internet started gaining serious traction, and it all got squished and regulated down by government regulators, just shady biz, shady biz. So the internet that we have now is just, it's almost television. You're very close. It's like watching cable with maybe like 10 times more channels or something like that. Like 10, yeah. But they're all owned by the same like entities and stuff. So it doesn't even matter if you got fucking a zillion channels. They're all fucking owned by the same group. I don't want to fucking go on a rant about all this right now, but I could. Maybe I'll come back to it. But I wanted to talk about Saifedean. So Saifedean is, the reason I was saying I don't have a Twitter account is I do go to Twitter and I look at names from time to time, and then from the names that I remember, I see if they've retweeted other people's stuff, and then maybe that I might follow that and see what that person's account is all about. So I remember seeing on Twitter one time something that Saifedean had said, and I hope I'm not misquoting him. I mean, I'm definitely going to be misquoting him, but like, hopefully I'm not that far off. Obviously, I'm not going to know every word precisely, but the gist of it, from what I understood, was that he was saying, he was making a plea, or he was pleading through this tweet. He was pleading, it was a pleading tweet. And he was saying, please have children, like telling just the general population, I guess, just him just going and saying towards all his, followers or whoever, anyone that has an ear to hear him, please have kids, right? So that his kids don't have to live in a future where they don't have anyone to play with, or something like that. Like something along those lines. Like one of these, we need more kids. Not enough kids being born. Now, I'm not fucking over here to fucking start debating about fucking, I'm not trying to do fucking natalist versus anti-natalist time. I'm not interested in fucking taking a side in that fucking, I mean, whatever I end up doing is no reason why anybody should do what I do. If the entire world lived the way that I live, this species would have gone fucking extinct mad long ago. So don't everybody fucking do what I do. But he was saying, please have children, right? So that my children don't have to fucking live in a world where they don't have anyone to play with. And I could dig that. I understand, but first of all, my kids aren't, even if I had kids right now, they're not going to play with Saifedean kids. I don't even know his kids. My kids won't know his kids, and I don't know what his kids are like. I don't even know if I would want my kid playing with his kids. Or my kids playing with, yeah. Like, so, maybe they would, I'm sure they'll all have their hair parted. They'll be shaved. Like, as soon as they start growing hair on their face, they'll just make sure that they start shaving it and put on a blazer just like Dad. You know, Saifedean the second and Saifedean the third, and they'll have a fucking legacy. One of those Rothschild-like um, multi-generational family legacies. The Ammous's, yeah, Ammous's have been around since 1,000 years ago. The Ammous's, that family, that name ring bells. The name ring bell. You say a moose, you go into a bar and you say the word a moose, the bartender just automatically gives you a free beer. They're like, oh, you know a moose? Oh, family of moose. Oh, good family, right? That's where Saifedean's family legacy is going, right? I'm sure. You know, he's gonna leave his Bitcoin. I could go on a long talk about how this whole idea of leaving your kid a huge stack of Bitcoin so that they could just, I don't know, just not have to earn anything. Like, I don't know what the argument is for how, like, if I had a child and I just gave them ridiculous amounts of resources, I don't know how they earned it. Like, compared to a child compared to any other child. Like, in terms of, like, what they actually had to do to get it. Like, all my kid had to do was be born, just happened to be me, right? Just happened to be to a guy that has a fucking shit ton of resources. But everybody gets born. Everybody goes through that. But not everybody gets a shit ton of resources. So I don't know why. I don't know what this whole focus on leaving your kid a bunch of Bitcoin is. Like, oh, my kids are going to be like, Dad, he was a fucking legend, yo. When the world was in turmoil and the dollar was doing this, he made this choice to fucking buy Bitcoin. And now look at our family's we're gonna do the multi-generational family thing. We're gonna do the Rothschilds thing, you know? Here we go. But, and I'm not against people doing that. Do it. Do it. Do it now. If you're gonna, my grandma had 13 kids, y'all. Get to it. Y'all better fucking be doing this multi-generational family thing hardcore. My family's shit. I don't talk to my family. But, I mean, there's worse people in the world than fucking my family members, but just, you know, I don't think we're a good match. I don't think I'm a good match with any of my family members somehow. You know? Maybe, I think maybe it's possible that fucking my mom got banged up by a fucking crackhead or someone with Down syndrome. I think my mom got banged up by someone with Down syndrome and then told my dad. She went and found a doctor, banged him, and then told him that fucking the baby was his. And now I'm fucking half retard out here. And I didn't even get raised by this. Neither a retard nor a fucking doctor was present in my life growing up. So I'm just like, I don't even really have a father. Anyway, that's a whole fucking different topic. But maybe it's not. Maybe this is related to why I'm fucking skeptical or why I'm looking at Saifedean like he's fucking out of his mind when he talks about this. But Saifedean goes, yo, please have children so that my children don't have to live in a future where they don't have someone to play with or someone to cooperate with. I don't know exactly what. I don't mean to belittle it by saying play. Like, and I understand that play is very important for kids too. So it's like, I'm not just trying to say like, oh, he just wants someone to play with his kids. Like, you know, it seems natural to me to want your kids to have other kids to play with that are, you know, smart and cooperative and I don't know, healthy to some degree, like mentally and physically. You want your kids to be playing with mentally and physically healthy kids. I don't begrudge it. Of course, I would want my kids to have the most healthy people to play with. But, so anyway, okay. Sorry, I keep fucking repeating myself. Boom. Please have kids so that my kids have other kids to play with in the future. Don't leave this world empty of the children. We need more kids. We need you. Hey, you. This is a call to action. You have kids because I, my kids need someone to fucking do stuff with in the future. Please have kids so that my kids have someone to. Now look, bro. Here's one of the things that comes to my mind with that whole fucking sentiment that you're coming with, Saifedean. Why would you fucking not make sure that the future is gonna be full of kids that your kids can play with before you have them? Like, are you telling me that before you had kids, you didn't look around and ask yourself, if I had a kid, if I got this bitch pregnant, yeah, I'm calling your wife a bitch. Sorry, I know she's not really a bitch, but they're all, we're all kind of bitches, really, when you think about it. Anyway, fucking, you're. The reason why I call her a bitch is because fucking generally women, mothers especially, are considered heroes. They're put on a fucking higher rank, a higher pedestal. The white knights fucking praise them, and the fucking everybody praises, especially the mothers, especially the moms, and the wives. So, your wife's a bitch. It's all good, you know. She's not. That doesn't mean that she's worse than anybody else's wife. Um, but so before you got your wife pregnant, did you ask yourself, if I have a kid right now, will there be enough kids in the world for them to play with? For my kid to play with? Did you ask yourself that? If not, then you might want to fucking revise what the fuck you're doing in life, bro. Why would you not? Are you not empathetic enough to think about that beforehand? Are you not? Did you sit there and think about, okay, let me put myself in my children's shoes. Is this a good situation for them to be in? Is this a good situation? Is the world situation set up that's good for my kids? Right? And if the answer is yes, then you don't need to ask people now, years after having kids, for other people to have kids. Because what are you talking about, bro? Like, what? Are you going to stop having kids now because what? People are not having as many kids as they were 10 years ago? What are you doing, bro? Is this a virtue grift? Is this man brainwashed by the pussy? By the fucking legacy, by the idea of fucking family, by the idea of fucking the Ammous's and the fucking, we gotta keep producing, we gotta keep doing things. It's important. We gotta fucking always keep producing nonstop on this planet. You can't take a break for a second. Can't even take a break for a second. Time waits for no man. Like, yo, Saifedean, and this is why, like, even if you might be a good father, right? Even if you would be a good father, you're still a fucking shithead retard father. Like if I was your kid and I saw my dad, like if I saw you posting, please have kids so that my kids don't have to live in a future where they don't have people to play with. I'd be like, Dad, what are you talking about? First of all, why don't you let me worry about that if I have somebody to play with? Maybe I'll fucking be hanging out with kids that are 5 years older than me. By the time I'm fucking 12, I'll be hanging out with, I don't know, 16, 17-year-olds. Like, it's not unheard of. I mean, there are kids that are mad smart that fucking chill with fucking older kids. Maybe, well, you don't even know, bro. Were your kids saying, here's my question, here's the question, a question. Was Saifedean's kids saying to Saifedean, Dad, it don't look like they're going to be people for us to play with. Please say something on Twitter so that we don't have to fucking live in a future where we don't have people to play with. Is that the sentiment from your kids? Or is he just making up some fucking weird, bizarre scenario in his brain? And the fact that I see him shaking hands with fucking Bukele Bukaki doesn't help him at all in my mind. Like, that doesn't help my perception of him at all. Why are you shaking hands with that guy? That what? You're down with the government now? Like, I'm not trying to fucking, like, it's, I guess, fine. Go ahead, shake hands with fucking government people. I see all these rando fucking Bitcoiner motherfuckers shaking hands with government people. You know, they're shaking hands with strangers. Saifedean doesn't know Bukele. Saifedean does not know him on a personal, deep level. He doesn't know, he wasn't there. He didn't grow up with Bukele. He doesn't know this guy. But he's there shaking hands with him. It's a publicity opportunity. He's got kids to feed. His wife is going to be proud of him. He's going to come home with his fucking combed hair. And his wife's going to say, "Oh, I'm so proud of you. Look at you. You're shaking hands with Presidentes." And he's going to be like, "Yes, I'm doing something." And then everybody thinks, "Oh, yeah, he's doing something. Look at that. He's made, I mean, he's just an author. What the fuck? What are you going to do, bro?" And he debates these retards. He debates like absolute retards. Not that there's anybody else to debate. I mean, the only people to debate about Bitcoin are retards. But, and he does a good job arguing, making some, he's okay. He's alright. I mean, I don't know. I don't listen to him that much. I listened to him a few times. I got the gist of what he was all about, and I was like, that's enough. Okay. Thank you, Ammous. Don't be ridiculous, Cousin Larry. But, what, you're shaking hands with, why are you shaking hands with, first of all, are you moving to El Salvador? Because imagine if fucking you live, I don't know, let's say you live just for example in the USA, and you put out a tweet and say, please have kids so that my kids have kids to play with in the future. And I go, oh shit, yo, Saifedean's kids need kids? Alright, I'm going to start making kids right now. Be right back. Gonna go get some ladies pregnant so Saifedean's kids can have kids to play with in the future. And then he moves to El Salvador? I don't know if he's moving to El Salvador. I don't know if that's what's happening there. But if he just moves to another country, it's like, dude, I just had a bunch of kids to play with your kids. Now your kids are like 5,000 miles away from my kids, bro. Like now you need now you need people in El Salvador to fucking have kids to play with your kids. You just ditched my kids, the kids that I just made to play with yours, to go somewhere else for a better opportunity. And I'm not saying to do the patriotic thing and stay in your country. Please, go ahead, move. Go to El Salvador, go to fucking wherever it's favorable for your situation, go. But you're a fucking asshole for fucking doing this whole please have kids so that my kids have. Okay, here's another thing, right? And this isn't just Saifedean. I see this sentiment coming from mad retards. But, the church of fucking have kids, they're fucking knocking on your door. Hey, have you thought about having kids? Yeah, okay. Have you thought about having kids? First of all, none of the people that fucking have kids and ask or advocate for other people to have kids are have it that okay, sorry, let me start over again. None of the people that have kids and advocate for other people to have kids have many kids. Like none of them have many kids. Like my grandmother had 13 kids, bro. Her sister had like 9. These people that are out here telling other people to have kids only have like at most 4, 5, 6. Half of what my grandma pumped out. Come on, bro. I mean, my grandma's kids had more kids than fucking most of these people. I got cousins that are creeping up there. They got almost as many kids. So, these people out here, they got 1, 2, 3, maybe 1 to 6 kids. And they fucking want other people to have kids. I would say, bro, You better fucking get your ass in the bedroom. Get your ass in, go fuck your wife's pussy. Go pump her full with the creamy pies. Reproduce. Have more kids. I'm not against you having kids. I'm not voting against you having kids or anything. Have more kids. But, like, look, the point that I was trying to make before was that, usually on this planet, when we want somebody to do something for us, right, for our gain, something that'll benefit us, it's something that you pay for, right? Like if I want somebody to do work, if I want somebody to do a job, I would have to pay them for it, right? Otherwise, you're dealing with slavery, right? Like if people are just doing stuff and they're not getting compensated for it, that's kind of like some kind of a slavery. So when these people come out, whether it's Saifedean, whether it's Elon Musk, whether it's, some priest, some preacher, some fucking young male influencer guy, some fucking whoever, people who were about having kids, I hope they, oh wait, they're not paying. Sorry, I hope they got a lot of money. Because, like, these kids are going to cost money for me to raise. I'm not saying I don't have the money. I'm not saying that I couldn't support like, I could support kids, that's fine. But you're the one who wants the kids, right? You're the one who wants me to have kids so that your kids have kids to play with, right? You want my kids to have kids for your kids to play with. So, how much are you willing to pay for that, bro? Like, I would say something like this would be in the fucking millions, if not tens of millions of dollars. Okay? You want me to raise a kid or raise several kids for your kids to have someone to play with. It's fine. That's okay. How much you going to pay? Right? And what do they say? What's their... Well, having kids is payment in itself. The kids are the payment. The kids are, like, you get paid just for, like, the joy of being a father, the joy of watching your child grow and develop skills and become capable, right? They might try to sell me that the kids in and of themselves are the payment. Well, if the kids in and of themselves are the payment, then why do you need to fucking ask anybody to fucking have kids? Right? Why do you even need to suggest it to people? People would just, you wouldn't even need to say anything. If the kids were the payment in and of themselves, people would just be pumping out kids like money printer go blah, blah. People would just be like, what? Oh, shit. Every time I have a kid, it's a huge reward for me. Ping, okay, let's have another one. Ping, let's have another one. Ping, non-stop, right? But if you have to tell people or ask people, plead with people, please have kids, that's like saying to people, please take this big bag of money. Please. Like, if it really was a big bag of money, if it really was a reward, you wouldn't even need to fucking beg. I mean, people would be stealing the idea from you. You wouldn't even be able to stop people from having kids, no matter how many kids they had. If every kid was a reward in and of itself. So what else? If you're not willing to pay me, okay, you're not willing to pay me, so I don't get any fucking. There's no incentive you're not giving me any incentive to have kids, right? And fucking the whole concept of fucking having kids being a reward in and of itself is I just crushed, because if it was true, then I mean I would be pumping out kids like crazy, you know? And maybe you might say, I don't see the reward. Maybe I don't value the kids. I don't value the kids. That's the problem with me, is that Sorry, I gotta turn my hat backwards before I start walking down this road. I don't want to lose my hat. So, you might say, oh, well, if you don't see the reward of having kids, then that you're a problem. You're the problem. You have a bad perspective. You don't understand it. You don't understand how you can't appreciate the reward of having a child or something like that. That's fine. That's fine. So then how much are you going to pay me then? Like how much? Okay, so I'm not going to be able to appreciate the whole having a kid for it, like in and of itself being a reward. But you still want me to have kids, right? Like you just want people to have. You don't care how what. You don't care if what I appreciate or what I don't appreciate. You just want people to have kids. That's what you said. You didn't say what type of people you want having kids. You just told anybody and everybody that would read the tweet that you want them to have kids to play with your kids. So, um, yeah, okay, so say I can't appreciate the reward of every child being a reward in and of itself, then how much are you going to pay me? Right? Usually when you want people to do things in this world that they don't really want to do, you got to pay them. How much are you going to give me? And the problem is there's no amount of money that you could give me. Not that Saifedean is... Like, even if Saifedean had billions and billions of dollars, there's really... You couldn't give me $1 trillion to make that make sense to me, for me to do it. Okay? And... Because I don't need the money. Like, I don't need $1 trillion. Bro, if you gave me $1 trillion, I'd die with, like, 999,999 million, like I don't even know how to say the number that it would be, but it would be fucking just a sliver under $1 trillion. You give me $1 trillion, I'll die with mostly $1 trillion. So I don't even know how to fucking spend money like that. And I don't even know how to spend, I barely know how to fucking spend money, yo. Like, I look around, I see fucking big, like, just look at this architecture. Look at these big buildings, these big businesses, right? Look at these roads, these big projects. Look at that thing. That thing probably costs more than fucking all the money I've ever spent in my lifetime. Whatever that thing is. It just says Premier Center. It's like brick, marble. Who knows how much that thing cost? I don't know how to fucking get into big stuff. What is this? Why are we building these things? Like, I try to think of, like, what could I do in the world? What could I do? Like, let's say I had $1 trillion. What could I build and help the world with? There's not, like, it's already here. What do you need, bro? What do people need? What's the problem? There aren't, like, enough, what? There's bottled water? There are these farmers that own like silos and silos. They have acres and miles of acres of land. And then why would I start a farm? Why would I start doing anything? It's already all being done. People are fucking clamoring to do the shit. So it's like, and then, like, if I was doing these big deals, these big architecture, like building big infrastructure stuff, then I need all kinds of lawyers. It becomes just, now I need to hire people that work underneath me, and then they have to have people that work underneath them, and it just becomes a fucking hierarchical bullshit show, bro. Like a fucking rent-seeking bullshit show. So I don't know... So I don't know if that would even... Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought because I'm mad close to the road and there's all these cars. Yeah, like, you give me $1 trillion, I don't even know how to invest it. Like, the world hasn't even taught me how to invest. Or why? Why would I need to invest in something so big? Like how? Why? If I have $1 trillion, why do I need to fucking use it all? Like, is it necessary that people use all their money? Like, I don't know how all this shit works, but like, we already have okay. People say the economic system is basically in a way slavery. We're having our work stolen from us at a fucking rapid pace. We're getting our time stolen from us. But everything's getting made still. Like, it's crazy. There's so much drag on economics. Like, it's basically turning people into fucking total slaves, but they clamor to do it. They clamor to do the slavery, you know? So, I don't understand these people. I don't understand. I don't understand why people keep trying to earn money when they already have enough money to live comfortably for the rest of their lives. Like, billions isn't enough? No, I need another house. Why? So I can go there. Why? Just to do it. Why? Yeah, just to do it. Like, just to do it, just for doing it. Just for the sake of doing it. All right. Like, no, because I want a yacht. Or any boat. Whatever. I want a boat, too. My family will get jet skis. Why? What? Do you really need all that? Can't you rent a boat? Or rent some jet skis? Like, for the days where you want to fucking use them? I don't know. This is why I say fucking if everybody lived like me, the species would have fucking gone extinct. Because I don't see what to buy. What is there to buy? Anything that I buy, anything big I do smells like centralization to me. And also anything I do that's legitimate business, where I pay taxes, is just feeding the government. I don't want the government to fucking do well off of my business. That's why I don't make a bet. And then that's fine. I won't make a business then. It's fine. So I don't want their help. I don't want the government's help protecting my business. But there's no way around it. There's no way around that kind of shit unless you do black market stuff. And I mean, you know what's crazy? I can't believe that Ross Ulbright dude is in prison, and people still think that there's some kind of a capitalist free market. There's nothing like that at all. It's not. There's nothing. That point's already been made by so many people so many times. Anyway, Saifedean, you want people to fucking have kids so that your kids aren't alone. That's fine. You're not offering. Not only are you not offering me enough, you're not offering me anything, and you're just asking me. You're just asking me to do it. So, you know, I'm good. Like, I think I'm all right. And also, this reminds me a little bit of like the strongman shit that I be seeing Bitcoiners talk about. Like this, anybody know the phrase of, what is it, like, strong men create good times create weak men create hard times create strong men, some shit like that. Anybody who uses that phrase assumes that they're strong men. Like, nobody that's using that phrase thinks they're the weak men, right? Everybody that says that phrase thinks that they're strong men, yo. I think that anybody who uses that phrase is actually a weak man, that's just trying to pump up their fucking perception of themselves. Thinking, yeah, I'm this fucking old English stoic muscle Chad boxer man. You know, that's me. I'm fucking based, yo. Here, eat meat. Eat, yo. Stop, please, please, please. Are there not enough books about diet? Are there not enough magazines about diet? Has there not been enough articles? Has there not been enough um, has there not been enough um, education about diet? Are you serious? You guys are talking about dietary shit, bro? These motherfuckers that are like, yo, seed oil is... I don't even fuck with seed oil, but I almost want to fucking drink a bottle of seed oil just to say fuck you to these seed oil people. I don't fuck around with seed oil, not because it's bad for me, or I just don't eat things that have seed oil in them. I just happen to not be eating things that have seed oil. Like, I'm not, like, I eat a lot of apples and peanut butter, natural peanut butter, like just peanuts, smashed up peanuts with apple. I eat a lot of that. You got Bitcoiners that'll be like, you're not eating meat. You're not, yeah, well, I mean, once a week, maybe. Once a week, I'll eat a meat thing, but I don't have to. Once in a blue, sometimes I won't eat meat for fucking months. I'll keep going with the apples and peanut butter. Apples and peanut butter always banging to me. Always banging. Probably the only reason why I ever eat anything other than apples and peanut butter is because there's something in my brain that tells me you probably should diversify. Eat something just in case there's a nutrient you're not getting. Because as far as I know, apples and peanut butter have pretty much everything that I need. I mean, there's nothing missing when it comes to apples and peanut butter. So, apples and peanut butter. Why am I? Oh yeah, the dietary Bitcoiners, the diet coiners. No, no, no. I don't want to hear about um, vegetables are good for me. I don't want to hear about how fruits are good for me. I don't want to hear about how nuts are good for me. I don't want to hear about meat's good for me. And you know what else is fucking retarded? That all these people front like this is information that's hidden. Like, yo, they don't want you to know this. The powers that be are trying to keep this information suppressed. Beef, meat, they don't want you to know about this stuff. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Fucking every commercial. It's a fucking burger. It's a fucking ribs at fucking Applebee's. Fucking chicken nuggets. Fucking everything is, there's meat. I'm constantly getting fucking pieces of meat thrown at me from every direction. This isn't some hidden agenda shit. Oh, shit. Is it still recording? Okay, I accidentally touched the screen. This isn't like some hidden agenda. And also, all this fast food stuff, there's no like ignorance that fast food is not particularly good for you. Like, I've never seen anybody say fucking, yo, McDonald's is fucking the healthiest that a person could eat. I've never seen anybody say that. Like, out of all the things on the planet, McDonald's is one of the healthier places to fucking eat. Nope, never heard anybody say that. So it's not like people aren't fucking they're not being propagandized to think that fucking eating meat is bad. Like, I guess there's this whole wave of vegan vegetarianism motherfuckers, but yo, they're just as retarded as the fucking meat people. It's not that fucking complicated. It's food, man. It's just fucking, you need fucking, like, I hate to sound like the people in the fucking Nebuchadnezzar of the Matrix, but like, you just need like nutrients. I'm not saying that people should just drink fucking baby formula, like synthesized nutrients. But like food's not that complicated, yo. Have some fucking bananas, have some fucking peanut butter, have some fucking, almonds, have some fucking whatever, fucking eat a cantaloupe once in a blue. Go get a fucking fine, cook a steak. Uh Cook a whole cow. I don't give a shit. But like food is not that complicated, but that's your niche. That's your niche, whatever. That's hey, what's up, food? Hey, everybody, Bitcoin. It's hard to get recognized in Bitcoin world. Let me just start talking about beef. Now Bitcoin beef. What is it? The beef initiative? And then it's not enough that they're talking about beef, but now it's got to be the grass-fed beef because the other beef is filled with this kind of shit. And you got to buy from them or organic farmers and support your local. Get away from me, bro. It's just food. It's not that complicated. This shit has been figured out long time ago. All right? So, what the hell? How did I go from talking about Saifedean to... Oh, yeah. Just like these weird, like, grifty concepts that get fucking thrown on top of Bitcoin. They're like, it could be anything. Bitcoin and dogs. See that dog? Somebody will put a fucking Bitcoin logo collar, a Bitcoin logo collar on their dog, and then be like, yeah, Bitcoin dog. It's dog, yeah. That's probably why retard Elon does the fucking Doge thing. He's like, yeah, Doge. Because everybody fucking they're even Bitcoiners are grifting on Bitcoin. They don't even know it. Like the most hardcore Bitcoin, like they sound like they're the most hardcore Bitcoiners. They're like, dude, fuck that, yo, have fun staying poor, everybody, fuck you guys, I'm a Chad. I'm a fucking stoic Chad, man. Those people are fucking, they're out of their, those people are probably weak-handed as fuck. Right? Those people are so desperate to see Bitcoin pump. They're gonna fucking sell as soon as they probably can, bro. Like, yeah, so, what else with fucking this shit that people fucking try to get attach? Oh yeah, here's another word. Pleb. I don't want to be a pleb. I don't know, I don't care what a pleb is. I mean, I kind of have a vague idea of what a pleb is, but I don't give a shit, bro. Fuck your stupid word. I'm not gonna be a pleb. I'm not gonna be a fucking stoic Chad. I'm not gonna be a fucking shit, man. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to fucking get onto Jimmy's song. Jimmy Song's probably one of the last people I would want to fucking do a critique of, but like, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I don't understand how you could be how can you understand Bitcoin but still fuck with religion? Like, I can't, bro. No, I don't want to understand fucking Christianity plus Bitcoin. Like, I don't know how maybe you're drawing some interesting metaphorical connections between Christianity and Bitcoin. I don't care, okay? I know you told yourself whatever story you needed to tell yourself to fit in. And to, do the whole wife and kids thing, and now you're out there living in Texas. Okay. You got to do the Christianity thing, I don't buy it. I don't understand how someone could understand Bitcoin, but fuck with anything else. And this is why people say Bitcoiners are cultists, because I do sound cultist, right? And also, I'm not down with the fucking atheists either. Like, anybody who wants to argue for atheism, you're just in another fucking religion. I'm not interested in atheism. I'm not interested in nihilism. I'm not interested in positivity. I'm not interested in any of this shit. Anyway, I could probably get into more detail about all this stuff, but I'm at the store and this one's done. Holla.